Hi, guys. Good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I'll be discussing what I thought of that really unexpected but great ending to the season 1 finale of AMC's The Terror, which premiered earlier tonight. Now, before I get started, of course, and I keep going on and on, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled episode review. Again, if you're not caught up by The Terror, by the season finale, or the past couple of episodes, do not keep watching or listening, as I will be going into spoilers. So, you have been warned. Spoilers from here on out regarding the season finale of The Terror starting now. Wow. Holy crap, they did not hold back in this episode. Well, I wasn't really surprised with the tremendous loss of life. Almost every single man on the expedition died, with the exception of Crozier, of course. I was actually surprised he survived, because I thought the only people who were going to walk away from this was Lady Silence and her people. And I thought that, going back to the very beginning, to the pilot episode where we see the Inuit man, or the Nestilic man, telling the two British officers that everybody who went on the expedition died, I thought that meant, oh, well, everybody's dead. But nope, Crozier lived comfortably amongst those people for almost 2 years, and now he was out seal hunting with some boy, some kid or something, and he's patiently waiting for a seal to appear out on the dead of ice. And Toonbach died. You know what? I did not think Toonbach was going to die. I thought Toonbach was going to kill everybody, and once he had killed all of the sailors, that this curse or connection he had to Lady Silence would be broken, and that he would disintegrate into the air and disappear forever or something like that. But nope, he was flat out dead. He died choking on Hickey. What a way to go. Speaking of Hickey, God, was it satisfying to watch that prick die. Oh, man, it was so great. I'm like, okay, Toonbach is not going to spare him. He's going to bite him in the arm. Yep, there he goes. And sure enough, he just ripped him in half, and I loved it. That prick got exactly what was coming to him. I didn't like seeing Good Sir die, but I did like the way he went out. I love how he used his body as a weapon in his final acts, his final breaths of life. How he basically, I think he poisoned himself. He poisoned his outer skin, which is why he told Crozier, if you're forced to eat me, eat the soles of my feet. I caught that, and I thought that was very clever. And I also like how there were still some loyal men even amongst Hickey's crew, like the chef, of course. Like, even Crozier nodded no to him about eating Good Sir. And we also learned a lot about Hickey as well. First of all, we never even got his real name. His name wasn't even Hickey. He was just some nut job who wanted to go catch a free trip wanted to go on a free trip that would end up like in the Hawaii, from the sounds of it, or at least on some tropical islands. But instead, he did not get that, and so instead he cut out his tongue and offered it to Toonbach. I wasn't really clear about that. Hickey did a couple of unusual things in this episode, like knocking out his guy with the butt of his rifle while they were sitting at the dinner table, and then cutting out his own tongue and offering it to Toonbach. Perhaps he thought he would be spared or something. But not surprisingly, Toonbach killed him and everybody else, unfortunately. But this episode did not hold back. It showed us, people dying, horrific acts of cannibalism, and a big scary monster attack, and great character moments between Crozier and some of his loyal men, and then his second in command, Little, arguing with the rest of the men about how they should go back and rescue Crozier, but the rest of the men insist on following Crozier's orders. We keep moving, we keep marching south like he ordered. But you know what? I think his second in command had it right, because he brought up an excellent point. We should not give up our best chance at survival by abandoning Crozier, but unfortunately that's exactly what they did, and that's why Crozier and Lady Silence found their camp dilapidated, destroyed, and in ruins, and several of the men dead from cannibalism, and just died of illness and from exposure to the cold, unfortunately. But wow, what an episode. It's a little uncertain if there's going to be a second season, because I feel like they really wrapped up this story really nice and tidy, like a well packaged present. They really wrapped up everything really in a really in a really organized and clean way, so to speak. And I don't know if there will be a second season. If there is, I can't imagine how they could possibly make it interesting. I mean, maybe they'll have another monster or another Toonbach or something. Or maybe this was a one season show. Either way, we won't know. We won't be having any official word for a while, I think. But wow, what a great ending to a great show. This was such a fun watch. You know, this show had everything: the struggle for survival, interesting characters, well developed characters, and great character banter. We had good guys, we had bad guys, and we had this big scary monster that was terrorizing everybody the whole time. We had characters faced with horrible moral, grotesque decisions in the face of adversity, and this show really had it all. And especially this final episode, we got to see Tuvok act like a total badass in his final moments before choking on Hickey and ripping him in half. It was satisfying to see that prick die. You know what? I was glad to see there's still some loyal men amongst his ranks to Crozier. You know, I'm surprised Crozier didn't die. I really thought he was going to. I thought everybody was going to die, which they basically did, but that included Crozier. But I was very surprised he was able to survive both a slash to the neck and a hand amputation. But Lady Silence and her people are tough. They know how to survive that environment, and Crozier clearly can also survive as well. And we found out her name, Silna, you know, which starts with S-I-L, much like silence. But that was a pretty cool reveal. So this episode just had so much going for it. And like I said, it ended so perfectly, like a well-wrapped gift. You know, it just all came together so nicely. You know, like it showed us the very first scene from the pilot episode way back when, and there's Crozier sitting outside the tent the whole time, all bundled up listening to the conversation. I mean, what a way to end a show. What a way to end a show. And this was a great show, and this was a great ending. It ended on a really satisfying note, and I am always happy when a TV show ends a season or a series like that. Well, guys, what did you think of the Terror season finale? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you expecting more, expecting less? Was there anything that surprised you in a happy or negative way? Please feel free to sound off down below in the comments section. I'd love to hear from everybody. You guys have been so awesome during this whole show. Almost every episode review I've done has gotten over hundreds of hits, if not over 1,000, and you guys are leaving comments and feedback like crazy. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for all your support and your subscriptions. I absolutely love it, and I thank all of you for it. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of season 1 of The Terror. As soon as I have any official confirmation or announcements regarding a second season, I will certainly let you guys know. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of the night, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.